just on YouTube again. So, do you have a goal with it? Do you have a strategy with it? Strategy may be the wrong word. I don't know. But do you want it to become a full-time earner? And the reason I ask that is because I had a comment on one of my posts the other day, and this young lady said something along the lines of, "Oh, I have YouTube as my hobby. I'm not worried about growth. I'm not worried
Mm.
about views. I just enjoy making films and editing."
Yeah.
And so many people are, you got to do this to grow your channel, you got to do this to get your revenue and monetization and blah 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 blah. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
there's anything right or wrong with that, but do you have a view on that?
So with my business head on, it's never going to be the thing that's going to provide the income that I want. As talking very
Could it
selfishly,
be?
I would have to be incredibly committed to it.
Right.
I'd need to be uploading a couple of times a week, and if you just think logistically, riding, like I'd have to live somewhere really interesting and have a bunch of different trails, and
Yeah.
and then would it suck the joy out of the thing that I love, which
Yeah,
is
maybe.
mountain biking? Like I rode last night and didn't feel the need to take a camera. If this was my main income, I would have had to have filmed it. And so I'm like, I don't see it being the thing that I want my career to hang on. Plus,
Right.
I'm 42. Like, does anybody want, you know, weekly videos
Doing
from a
backflips.
55-year-old? I'm just not going to be that interesting.
I don't know,
Um,
man. I mean, there
maybe
will
maybe
be
they
other
will. I don't know.
55-year-olds doing it.
True, true. But no, I don't think it would be something that I want to make my main income from. There's two other reasons I want it to grow. One is it's a great kind of way I can experiment, so I
Yeah.
can make mistakes on that channel, and I make loads, but it helps me learn about the platform not on a client's terms. So I can grow my own channel and use that experience to help other brands.
Okay.
Um, that's kind of important, but then also like it's something interesting to talk about. So you know, if at some point a bike related brand came along and were like, oh, hey, we'd like to do a such and such, we'd like you to bike pack across Norway, and use our bike doing it, I'll be like, hell yeah. And we're going to pay £20. I'm going to be like, I'd probably take that. I remember the first time I got paid, it was the house builder I was talking about up in Scotland.
Yeah.
They'd built a development at the end of the Great Glen Way, and they were like, "Oh, could you make a cycling
I've seen that one. You
video?"
cycle to it.
The funny thing
Sound
is,
like a stalker now.
I didn't
Yeah.
actually ride that because it was so long, and I had to self-film it. I basically rode sections of it, then drove a little bit further up, and then rode.
Okay.
Oh, it was a nightmare to film, but I got paid to ride my bike, and I was like, "Yes, I've actually won."